Hi, my name is Staff Sergeant Anthony Fisher, and I'm a Survival, Evasion, and Resistance and Escape Specialist here with the 1st Special Operations Support Squadron. I'm here to talk to you guys a little bit about what SERE is and some of the gear that we use to help mission effectiveness of Air Force Special Operations and Joint Forces from here and abroad and worldwide, as far as we know. So, what we do is Survival, Evasion, Resistance, and Escape Specialists. What we do mainly is we train high risk of isolation personnel to be able to return with honor wherever they are in the world. They have their worst day, we train them what to do for it so that they can come back and do what they need to do. That's the basics of it, but how we do that specifically is we have some training aids that we might use. So with this awesome camera that we have, we can look around, we can start looking at some of these different things. Over here we have some land navigation aids. So if they find themselves wherever they are, they need to know how to find out exactly their exact position, where they're going to be needing to go, and how to get there using these different features that they have. They might be lucky enough to have some battery-operated devices, GPS, global positioning systems that let them know where they are anywhere in the world at the push of a button. Or they might have to rely old school and use some of these maps and compasses and read the terrain around them to decide where they are if they're in an environment that doesn't allow that to happen. So that's what we use for this for. So what this is called is an EVC, an evasion chart. It's an awesome map, tons of purposes, tons of things that it can be used for. It can collect water, it can be used for a shelter. You can actually use it for a map. It tells you what type of plants you can eat, what types of animals that are out there that can hurt you, what else you can eat, and just a bunch of reminders of how you can survive and do these sort of things. You can remind them how to use that. That's just a sample. Another thing over there, that's a life-saving device. Low profile parachute. You can jump out of a plane with that, and at the pull of a ripcord, you all of a sudden have a parachute above your head. That's going to save your life. Because you're always going down, but you want that parachute above your head to make it so that you can do it again. We also have over here some kit. That's what we call it, cool kids, and everybody else that has it. So what's going on there is ballistic helmets. So you have that every time that you have the opportunity or possibility of maybe you're getting shot at, you want that to be protected. So that's what ballistic means. It means that it can withstand bullets and fragmentation and different things to a certain rating. It also has a plate carrier, so that's called, it's exactly what it sounds like. It holds a plate for you, and you can put different attachments all over it to whatever will meet your needs at that particular time. You may put extra magazines in it, extra ammunition, maybe some medical kits, maybe some knives and accessories, and just some various items that you might use often, such as Sharpies or rubber bands or notebooks or communication devices. Maybe some sort of lights, things like that. You also have what we call a battle belt. There's a lot of different names for it, but you basically put this around like Batman, and it has a lot of things that you can use that are easily accessible, and there's different lines. So for some reason my kit gets stuck, I might have to, we call it donning or doffing, but that's a fancy way of taking it on, taking it off. Might need to throw it off real quick, and then I still have a sidearm, a knife, some extra magazines, a carabiner, maybe some other things. Over there we got a guy that we like to call Bob. So we use that to train because they might end up in a confrontation where they might need to fight. Not all of our guys are in UFC matches inside the cages doing whatever they need to in there. Most of these guys, they only really need to know this to either maintain or regain their freedom. So that's how we teach them. That's just one of the examples that they use, but they're gonna be sweaty. They're gonna be getting after it, doing hugging to make sure that they know exactly what to do whenever the time is right. Because none of them are issued a combat wizard wand. And I don't know if you guys heard of that, but a combat wizard wand is whenever combat happens and then all of a sudden, ding, you know exactly what to do. That doesn't exist. So they gotta train. And then whenever day comes, they'll know what to do. But one of my favorite things that I really like using the most is over there, razors. MRZR, military razors. 800 cc's, gas powered, 4-wheel drive. It can be completely black out, use infrared lights. But we use it for safety purposes, of course, to make sure that we can get our students whenever we need to and also drop them off. But sometimes going back and forth, it's a little bit of fun. I mean, look at it. When you have a great time, I think you would. All right, well, that's just a quick example, probably a little bit longer than it needs to be, of what SERE is for the first sauce and also what we do around here.